My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video. Are you seeing what you think you're seeing right now? Are you seeing what you think you're seeing right now? Wipe your eyes, suckers, wipe them. Wipe your eyes. Yes, you are seeing Killzone 3 gameplay. Online. Killzone 3 gameplay. You know what? The other day, I'm like, you know what? I feel like playing some type of shooter. I don't know what. I just feel like playing something. So I look at my game collection. I ain't feel like playing Halo. I ain't feel like playing Gears. I ain't feel like playing Battlefield 3. I ain't feel like playing Uncharted 3. I didn't feel like playing Tomb Raider. I for damn sure ain't feel like playing Black Ops 2. I'm like, God, what do I want to play? Then freaking all the way at the bottom of my game collection, I see this ancient game case that just has dust and cobwebs and spiders all over. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I bring it out, the spiders are crawling all up on my arms. I start to dust it off and dust is getting inside my mouth. I'm coughing and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is freaking Killzone 3. I forgot I freaking had this game. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get on this game. Let me see if people still playing this game. This is like the 5th lobby I got into. The other 4 lobbies, it was either 3 against 1, 2 against 1, 1 against... Like, I could never get into a lobby where it had a good amount of people on both teams until I finally got into this lobby. I stayed in this lobby for like a good hour because I just felt like playing Killzone, I guess. And I'm playing Killzone 3, doing a commentary over Killzone 3. Because a brother like myself, I wanted to talk about Killzone Shadowfall. I think, if someone please correct a brother if I'm wrong, Killzone Shadowfall will be a launch title on PlayStation 4. And, you know, I think just because of that, I think it's a given that Killzone Shadowfall is going to sell. If you plan on getting the PlayStation 4 when it comes out, I think it's a given you have to get Killzone Shadowfall. That was one of the best looking games at Sony's conference. So even just by it being a launch title, I think Killzone Shadowfall will sell, you know. But I've always liked Killzone. Since Killzone 1 on PlayStation 2, I've always liked Killzone. Some people just don't like Killzone because of the controls and how clunky and sluggish it feels. You know, some people say that you feel like you're playing as Rick Ross while playing Killzone because you know it's just the feeling of Killzone. But in a strange way, that's why I like Killzone. You know, in a genre where FPS shooters are so generic and they all feel the same, Killzone has never suffered from that. Killzone feels like Killzone. It feels like its own game. So that's why I always appreciated Killzone. You know, some people complain about the feeling of controls. I always liked it because, you know, it feels like its own game. So by the way, I'm suffering from a massive cold, by the way. I don't know how to get rid of this thing, to be honest with you. I've been eating nothing but cough drops and they're not working. But you know, so I wanted to talk about Killzone Shadowfall and what changes they need to do to the online to make it that much better. I think Killzone campaign has always been good, at least in my opinion. I've always enjoyed playing the campaigns for the Killzone games. But where Killzone suffers from is really trying to, you know, establish itself as a great online shooter. Not a lot of people, even back in its heyday, not a lot of people consistently played Killzone 3 online. You know, and you know how you play games consistently day by day, like Battlefield 3 or Call of Duty or Halo or Gears, whatever. Killzone was never like that. Like like you could never just consistently play Killzone, and I'm not sure why. You know, I mean I have some ideas why, but I'm not sure why. But I wanted to talk about Killzone Shadowfall and the online. I'm guessing it will have a online, you know, and I want to talk about some changes I think they could do to make Killzone Shadowfall better than its predecessors, better than Killzone 2, better than Killzone 3 online, you know. So Killzone Shadowfall, the changes they need, okay? First off, the sniper in Killzone 2 and Killzone 3 was a one-hit kill. I think if you shot him in the toenail, it was a one-hit kill. Like, and what makes it even worse, when you was using the sniper class in Killzone, it came with this, I guess, perk where you could basically turn invisible while sniping. You would turn, you would have this invisibility cloak, I guess, and you could kind of turn invisible while sniping. Now you could still see them if you were close by, but if you were from a distance and someone was sniping and using that cloak, wow, you're at a disadvantage, because not only is this camper sniping with a sniper that is a one-hit kill no matter where he shoots you, but he's damn near invisible. Like, it was like, wow, like this is the, like it was a camper's dream to snipe and be invisible while sniping. I just feel like they need to take out that invisibility cloak entirely. I think they have it in the campaign also, where if the Hellgas is sniping you, they can turn invisible. If you want to leave it in the campaign, that's fine, but I don't think it works well online to turn basically invisible while sniping. I just don't think it works well. So I think the sniper needs to be a one-hit kill if you get a headshot, but if you shoot him anywhere else besides the head, it needs to be 2 hits, you know, and also take out that invisibility cloak. I just never liked that at all. So they should change that for Killzone Shadowfall. Also, I think on launch day for Killzone Shadowfall, it needs to have at least, my brothers and sisters, 7 to 8 maps. I think when Killzone 3 came out, I think it had like 5 maps. I'm not sure, but it really didn't have a lot of maps. Like, you were constantly playing the same maps over and over again. So I think Killzone Shadowfall, it needs to launch with a good amount of maps. You know, the maps have to have variety too. They have to be some small maps, some mid-sized maps, some large maps, and maybe even bring vehicles in, but only keep them in for the large maps on Killzone Shadowfall, you know? So I think they could do that. Reward players more while playing the game. Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, I don't, in my opinion, they didn't reward you enough for playing the game. You know, when you're playing a game like Battlefield 3 or Call of Duty, and the more you play the game, you constantly are unlocking new things. Like in Battlefield, you can unlock new weapons, new vehicles, new equipment, you know, whatever like that. And in Call of Duty, you can freaking go to a new prestige, unlock new weapons, unlock new perks, you know, stuff like that. New skins for all your guns and stuff like that. I think Killzone should reward the players more for playing, you know, and that's one thing I think that Killzone does suffer from, you know, aside from ranking up and, you know, getting, you know, points to, I guess, put these new perks on you. Killzone really doesn't reward you enough for playing. So I think they should, you know, bring in, you know, a reward system to where you can unlock new guns, new costumes to use, new skins, you know, stuff like that, you know. The sentry bots, okay? Now, much like the sniper class, to where if you're using the sniper class, you can have that perk to where you can turn invisible. If you picked a certain class in Killzone 2 and 3, you could have a sentry bot. And what made it bad was every time you spawned, you could throw out these sentry bots, and these sentry bots would fly in the air and stay in, or it depended on what bot you was using. You would have these sentry bots to where they would fly in the air, or you would have these bots to where they would actually follow you where you go by your side, and they would shoot at the enemies. And it got to the point to where if everyone was using that class, you see nothing but robots. Like, you see nothing but sentry bots just flying around. I'm like, dude, what is this? Transformers right now? Like, it just got too chaotic. And I hate to bring up this game, but if you were to keep in those sentry bots, I think they should be in the form of a kill streak, and that's where Call of Duty comes. I'm not saying the way Call of Duty does kill streaks today, I think that's the wrong way to do it. If you want to keep the sentry bots though in Killzone, I think you should bring in a kill streak system, much how the kill streak system was in Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4 had a great kill streak. It only had, I think, 3 kill streaks: the UAV, the airstrike, and the freaking chopper gunner. So I think if you were to keep in the sentry bots, they should be in the form of a kill streak. Not every time where you respawn you can send out a sentry bot, because it just makes it where they're always on the map, and it kind of got annoying to a point. So I think it should be in the form of a kill streak. I think they should put lobbies inside of the game, because really the only way you got into games is you went to find match, you chose what type of game type that you wanted to play, and they put you in the game. There weren't really lobbies that you could get into and invite your friends. And so really the only way your friends could, like, you know, join you is if you were already in the game, or they joined your party but you had to get into a game that already started. So I think there should be lobbies in the game for Killzone Shadowfall. You know, Killzone 2 and 3, they already had a clan system. I think they should keep that in Shadowfall, and they had the leaderboard, so I think they should keep that also. You know, I mean, Killzone is not a, it's a decent game online. It just needs a few tweaks. I love the melee system, as you see right there. I always love the melees in Killzone, how you can sneak up behind them and assassinate them with a knife, or you could, you know, run up to them and stab out their eyeballs. Like I always love the melees in Killzone, you know. So I mean, it does do some things right. It just needs a few tweaks, more support from Guerrilla Games, you know, even more support from PlayStation players. I think PlayStation players should support Killzone more than they do. You know, we always complain that FPSs feel so much of the same. Killzone, I think it has its own identity, and yet it still doesn't really get the support that I think it should get. So, you know, but I think for Killzone Shadowfall, it definitely has potential. It's going to be a launch title. People are going to buy it. You want to go all out for Killzone Shadowfall, Guerrilla Games. You want to. Killzone Shadowfall cannot end up the way Killzone 2 and 3 did, to where people, you know, they stopped playing it after, like, I don't know, 3 weeks or a month. It just didn't really have a long lifespan online. But you guys leave your thoughts or comments. What can Killzone Shadowfall do to be a better game online wise? And saying that, catch y'all in my next video, alright? Peace.